My team and I put a lot of effort into preparing for this expedition, from night vision cameras to an inflatable boat. Now there's only one thing left, to hope that luck is on our side. Do you realize? This is going to be an insanely powerful adventure. I really want to visit this place and capture it before it's literally cut up for the scrap metal. Cause places like this don't last long. These ships were abandoned around 2011 or so, and by now only half of them remain. Since childhood, I've been drawn to two things: adventure and filming. I searched for the perfect moment to start, but I realized one thing: there is no such thing as the perfect time. So I just decided to go for it. That's it, no turning back. Humanity should strive for the stars, for progress, but history keeps repeating itself. Wars, the struggle for power. It has always been this way, yet sooner or later wars end, and the remaining weapons rust and turning into museum exhibits. Today I'm setting out to board one of these preserved and guarded warships. It's long been away from the open seas, but something wild and untamable still slumbers in its depths. This time, I intend to enter the lair of this old beast and look it straight in the eyes. The catch with this trip is that Germany's borders seem to be closed, so we'll have to slip through somehow. I don't know exactly how, maybe in the evening, or the Germans have closed the borders for entry, and now they're checking everyone. Due to the complex political situation, Germany has tightened control at all national borders, setting up police checkpoints, and that became our first, but not our only problem. My car decided to give up the ghost. So, something with transmission. And the cops showed up. Can you call a tow truck? You have the number? The car broke down. It just broke down. Don't buy an Opel. Love your mom. This is just Adam Opel. Adam Opel. We are getting onto the tow truck. The car gave up. I'm riding in the car on a car. That's it. There's really nothing more to say. It's tough when fate hits you where it hurts the most, especially when roadblocks pop up on the way to your goal. I believe that challenges are given to us so we can overcome them and grow stronger. You can't level up if you haven't faced some difficulty. So we are pushing forward. We are not giving up. We are still moving toward our goal, the ships. We are already approaching the border, and in theory there shouldn't be anyone here because a friend said it's just a simple bridge over the river. And right now we are driving up to that bridge, and beyond it either there will be someone or there won't. I'm seriously nervous. Logically, there should be a checkpoint here. If we get stopped, the whole expedition will be done for. My documents are fine, unlike those of my film crew. To these border guards, we are illegal migrants. Hold on, man. Hold on, let me think. So, there are cops up ahead. I don't know if they'll come after us or not. It's totally possible. Moreover, let's hope there is no checkpoint further on. I'm going to try to get through this stretch as quickly as possible. Half an hour passed and no one followed us. We need to cross the country in transit, straight through. We drove all night without stopping, taking turns sleeping. By morning, we were already approaching France. But it's not that simple. On this mission, we have a water obstacle. We've got a boat to help us cross, but there are 4 of us, each with a 15 kilograms backpack. So it's going to be a shuttle run back and forth with this boat. We will see how it goes. Right now, nothing's clear. But one thing was certain. By evening, we'd reach our destination. 2,000 kilometers behind us, but the hardest part is still ahead. A true test of skill and professionalism. A special operation codenamed Minstroi. Look, there's actually a boar running. We are carefully checking our gear. We've got everything we need for 72 hours of self-sufficiency. Water, food, sleeping bags and filming equipment. Getting onto these ships requires full concentration. Mistakes won't be forgiven. This entry is extremely challenging. We only have one shot. Do you know how to use it? No. Here's how you turn it on. Just slide this button and it moves to the right. And the same way, just to the left, turn it off. Right here is the most important part, night shot. You press it and night vision turns on. And this light here activates the night vision illumination. We are specifically using the camera with the night vision capability. This way, we are completely invisible to a local residents who might call the police, but at the same time, we can visually capture this part of our infiltration of their site. Can't see a thing. Hope the water doesn't break, but this is really tough, man. There is nothing to hold on to. My center of gravity is totally off. It's high up here. These two backpacks are super heavy. Be careful, guys. Everything is okay? Damn, hold on. The drop goes straight down. Now. We are on the shore, on the beach. We need to quickly inflate our boat and disappear into the morning mist on the water. You know, I'm generally not afraid of security or any other commotion, but while we are here, these ships make such creepy sounds, and there are some lights around, not sure what's going on. I am really worried about all our stuff, all this gear, our filming equipment, camping gear, sleeping bags, all that stuff. It's really expensive. It's like $15,000, if not more. Gimbals, cameras, down sleeping bags. Anyway, I'm really worried about not getting it all wet. I just hope this boat can handle all of us and get us across safety. It turned out that we don't have to swim too far, but we will have to go behind the first ship to see if there are really 2 or even 3 ships here and figure out which one we are climbing. I'm afraid of the unknown in case we get caught. It's unclear what will happen. What kind of responsibility will we face for trespassing on this former military ship? We are in another country and it could be dangerous to get caught. Behind us, the night's darkness pushes us forward, while ahead, distant stars flicker, calling us to continue our journey. There's the Titanic, there's the Britannic, and here is urbanX. Well, fair winds and 7 feet under the keel. Okay, but I'm not going to watch you do anything, because I'll need to pull back. Did you hear that? Yeah, some kind of bird on the ships? On the ship, yes. Seriously? Hey, can you see the ship on the camera? At night they seem anything but welcoming. Do you feel that? Why are we moving so fast? So, will it be visible or not? Oh, it's visible. Ah, here's the chain. You can really tell I'm scared. My eyes don't lie. Alright, I'm turning off the camera for now. No. Okay, we're almost there. Fuck, dumb pedal. I'm starting to climb onto the ship. Repeat. I'm starting to climb onto the ship. This rope. So what are we going to do? Well, maybe you can just throw it over to me. I'll probably need to climb with it somehow. Hey, maybe we should wrap it around. I think that is a big risk. Let me try wrapping it around myself. Actually, that's a good idea. Just simply like an ape, wrap it around myself. Like a towel after a bath. Just like that. The sailor sails upon the ship. He doesn't long for land or grip with wind and wave his friends, you see, for the sea is where he's meant to be. I'll hand you the rope now. Andrei, take the rope, I'm filming the drama. Got it? Ready? Okay, I'm starting to take the rope. We pulled all the backpacks and equipment with this rope. I can't believe my eyes. We are on one of the two ships. And which one we are going to is still unknown. But we've already opened the entrance to this ship, hidden the boat, moved the things inside. And now we are going to bed. Tomorrow we'll do the main filming. Just being here gives me chills. The atmosphere here is indescribable. The starry sky is filled with an enormous number of stars. You wouldn't see this in a megacity. The moon fully illuminates everything. Our eyes have adjusted to the light, and we are alone here. We are literally in a graveyard of military ships. It's even hard to believe. We are using special infrared flashlights, so you can see, but to others we remain invisible. Now we need to descend. This was a difficult climb. Now we need to rest. This is the only door we managed to open with our bare hands. What's even better is that here I can switch from an infrared flashlight to a regular one. We've hidden from prying eyes in the belly of this massive beast, like parasites. Here's our boat. It's a bit dirty. We hid it at the very beginning in one of the rooms. It looked like a bedroom or washroom, but now we need to move forward. We've scattered through these insides, each going in a different direction. It's like we are a virus, a collective infection taking over this military vessel. Everyone found a spot to sleep. If it weren't for a sleeping bags, we'd have frozen our kidneys off in this metal can. Now we are ready to explore the ship. It feels like we're in the middle of civilization, but at the same time cut off from the world, if you know what I mean. Like pirates, without asking anyone's permission, we've started exploring this wreck that isn't going anywhere. The ship's been ruthlessly looted or dismantled. It's unclear. But there are still many interesting things to investigate, like these switches here. The desire to touch every detail here is stronger than me. There is a sense of total freedom in the air, as absurd as that may sound. This spot most likely used to house a marine compass, the kind that works like a gyroscope, but it's missing now. Once, everything here worked and functioned, but now the ship is in preservation. To fully operate this vessel, a lot of people were needed. The crew consisted of about 90 people, including officers and sailors, which allowed them to manage all systems efficiently, from navigation to weaponry, and provide defense in combat conditions. Hello? No, he won't be going out. He's grounded. Alright, let me show you what's on this ship. This corvette was built to combat submarines. It participated in operations off the coast of West Africa and support missions in Libya. It served for almost 40 years. Apparently this ship had several torpedoes. Here are the torpedo tubes, the launchers from which they were fired, and there are several of them, 2 here and 2 more over there. So this ship could launch torpedoes in 2 different directions. It was equipped with 4 550mm torpedo tubes, designed for combating submarines. Their torpedoes were primarily intended for underwater targets, but they could also be used against surface ships. However, their effectiveness for such tasks was lower, as they were specifically optimized for destroying submarines. The temperature on the ship is currently 20 degrees Celsius, and I'm actually feeling a bit warm. In general, this is a huge labyrinthine system. It's unclear where to go. There are so many rooms, floors, and various technical spaces. Let's try heading downstairs and see what awaits us there. Buttons, toggles, switches. With these levers you could adjust the engine speed. Look at all of these. These instruments feel like they belong to the control panel of nuclear power plant. But it's just the control system for diesel V-shaped engines located over there. This is the very place where the ship was powered. The cast iron heart, 2 of them. Here's the first one and there's the second. Yes, 12 cylinders and this engine V-shaped. Of course, these weren't only made in Germany, but for some reason I feel like this one was made in Germany. Look at the size of these cylinders. I could easily crawl into one. What's the engine displacement here? It's hard to even imagine. It's hard to picture, yeah, but in reality it's equipped with 2 diesel engines producing a combined 12,000 horsepower. That's roughly equivalent to the power of about 24 passenger cars. This allowed it to reach a top speed of up to 43 km per hour, but today its top speed is 0. I don't know how many people, how much time, or how much money it would take to restore all of this. It is a mess, a junkyard of the ship's internal organs, a sad sight. Everything's wrecked, but I'm honestly amazed by the quality of these metal components. Look at this gear, it's perfectly crafted by the engineers at the factory. Amazing. Alright, let's head up. The total engine displacement is about 120 liters, 60 liters for each of the 2 engines. It feels like I'm touching the brain of prehistoric beast, like by flipping another toggle switch, the ship will wake up and start the engines. But the miracle won't happen. In 2018 it was decommissioned by France, because its design caused problems in rough sea conditions. It's always interesting to visit the most important part of the vessel, or one of them, because typically only a few have access to this place. Oh, copper. The corvette used an electrical system with 3 generators, each rated at 125 kilowatts and 260 kilowatts generators, supplying power to all the systems on board. These shelves were used to store the sailors' personal belongings. Only the essentials were allowed on board. Personal hygiene items, uniforms, underwear and compact entertainment devices. O and F. I think O means open. The entire ship is divided into sections, and the event of flooding any of these sections, it's sealed off, preventing the entire ship from flooding. To prevent water or fire from spreading to other parts of the vessel, preserving its buoyancy and combat readiness, the compartment system was ahead of its time. Look, here is a clear example, a scar on our ship. A hole that could have flooded this entire section. These stands are probably for some kind of plates, but all the radio equipment was long removed from here. Only the connectors are left. I get a feeling that I'm looking at the skeleton of a dead predator. Shiny bones carefully gnawed by hungry maggots with pincers in their hands. So what's this? This is the same room we were in earlier, the one with the engines. It's so confusing here, truly. We have been on this ship for more than 12 hours, and I can literally feel myself stinking. Imagine how the sailors must have smelled while working here, and for that, they had rooms like this. This is a laundry, which included 2 washing machines and 2 dryers. All the portholes are painted over on the inside with some kind of paint. In fact, on a military ship, you can't overstate the attention for detail. Everything here is done with a special kind of precision. Even this kitchen. Once, life was bustling here. Liquids boiling in pots, steaks were sizzling, fish was being cut, and a huge fat cook was slicing baked goods. And today no one is slicing anything, and nothing is bubbling. I wonder what this machine was for. What did it do? Was it opening beer kegs? Walking around here, I think that this is a giant playground, but for adults. No one stops you from flipping a few toggles or switches. You walk around and play to your heart's content. Your hands can't stay still. Oh, now this is interesting. What do we have here? It's always fascinating to see the brain of such a monster. How did it think? How did it work? And how was it built? These blocks and boards used to fill entire rooms, while today even the humblest MacBook can replace them, taking up just a spot on a desk. Yet, the repairability and reliability of these old systems were outstanding. Each device could withstand harsh maritime conditions. While modern technologies offer convenience, they often fall short in longevity and durability, making these old systems, in their own way, majestic. When they designed this ship, there were no neural networks. Every trace on the circuit board, every contact and transistor is the result of years of work and thought by engineers of that time. Just imagine the level of knowledge and perseverance they must have had. This room is the fists and muscles. It's from here that deadly warheads were launched. ready to tear the enemy apart, but now this place has been thoroughly dismantled and plundered. The ship was equipped with a huge number of different devices: altimeters, radars, sonars, countermeasure systems. These systems enabled the ship to conduct both anti-submarine and anti-aircraft warfare. It was from these rooms that the life and death of the ship were managed. Here, enemy missiles, torpedoes and approaching ships were tracked. On board, there were 3 main radars: for detection, for control and for navigation. These radars made the ship truly combat effective, allowing it to react to various threats at sea. The eyes and ears of the entire crew. Without all this, every sailor would be trapped here like a sardine in a can, unable to see or hear any threats. This guy has a displacement of about 1,200 tons and the length of 80 meters. With these dimensions and weight, it combined maneuverability with combat power, allowing it to perform a variety of operations. We need to get to the surface and take a look around. Yesterday we couldn't fully grasp the scale of this vessel, but now with the sun shining on the hull, I'm in awe of its gigantism. We are in a national graveyard. There's a special kind of silence here. Just the sea breeze and the gentle, steady rocking of these iron giants. Here we are as vulnerable as possible, visible from all sides. It's better not to linger on deck for long, because our location is a red flag for tourists. It's better to stay low, because on that buoy this morning there was a military police boat. Over there are 3 ships that don't interest us. They are completely ordinary and unremarkable. We need to climb higher to get a better view. We have been living inside the corvette Lieutenant Laval for a whole day now. It was commissioned in the late 70s. We've seen everything we wanted inside, but there is a silent neighbor whose entrance we haven't found yet. The adventure continues. Tonight, we'll need to make our way to that ship, another one. They are standing side by side, and we have already explored this one, so now we'll search for an entrance to the second one. All the doors on the second ship are tightly sealed, and those that open are locked with massive locks. A small explorer and a large military corvette. Muscle versus steel. Once, this was a synergy of human thought and iron military power. Now, it's just a rusted wreck covered in pigeon droppings. A kingdom of pigeons. We absolutely have to get inside the second ship, otherwise, why did we come here? Alright, I'm on the second ship now. I just need to find the entrance. These damn birds are driving me crazy. These are the torpedo tubes. This is the Dumont d'Urville amphibious assault ship, capable of landing on a sandy beach, running aground and unloading troops, vehicles or cargo. Looks like they sealed it up or welded it shut. I don't have the tools to open these watertight doors. The piece here is absolutely unique. You don't often get paid to visit places like this, so every moment here is worth appreciating. Night has fallen. Night is our friend. I'm going to climb to the top of the ship to check for a way inside. This is like a real rock climbing wall, and I'm like a mountain goat, climbing, grabbing steel protrusions with my hoofs, not knowing what lies ahead. Confidence in my hands and movements is the foundation of such an ascent. We were lucky and found a hidden entrance. Yes, we made it. We are inside the second ship. This ship has a cargo capacity up to 300 tons and can carry 120 people and 12 vehicles. From what I can tell, this is a cargo ship. It's huge inside. Looks like they used to store armored vehicles and possibly infantry transport here. It also has a helicopter landing pad capable of accepting helicopters up to 5 tons. Now that's a real maritime truck. Look around, this ship is completely empty. Now we'll check out the key points and head back to our ship. It is more spacious inside than the one we've been sleeping in. All these mechanisms, valves, electronics, man has tamed the chaos of stardust, longing to create such military machines. But who needs this now? The wild coastal seagulls. This ship has been used and abandoned, left to rot in this bay. The smell here is incredible. God, it's so cool. All these colorful little things, buttons. My inner child is just ecstatic. Look at all these dials, buttons, arrows, numbers. Looking at the remnants of this sea shuttle is truly mesmerizing. In a bit, all this will cease to exist. This engine room looks even worse than on our ship. The smell here is like my dad's garage. It smells of diesel and engine oil. Smell of the subway, paint, gasoline, bomb shelters and factory workshops. It's a real base for a truly urban explorer. Always I have to sneak through these iron jungles like an underground monkey. In bunkers, in bomb shelters, on ships like this one, I've always been drawn to diesel generators. I've got a photo of each one, and this will be no exception. So, take a shot of me now. I want a picture for my collection. Capturing myself on a steel steed, it is my fetish. I feel like the master of this place. I've been exploring these kinds of objects for 13 years. With each passing year, they get more fascinating and complex. But my passion doesn't fade. It only burns stronger. The challenges just fuel my curiosity. Alright, we could wander here for days, literally. But our time is limited. Let's move on. It's clear this ship isn't as interesting. But the explorer's spirit can't be extinguished as well. It's an addiction that can't be cured. In the silence of the captain's bridge, each instrument hides a story of roads and unseen paths. The light from the lantern glides over the tired dials, revealing the marks of time. These are witnesses to storms, salty winds and long days at sea. Every corner here holds the imprints of the past, much like the room with the computers, where empty shelves and boxes remind us of times filled with activity. Curiosity pushes us forward, for the drive is a common trait we've learned well, to glimpse what is hidden, to touch history, to peer into the forbidden. Here it is, the battery compartment. Batteries rest here like long abandoned artifacts, dormant in expectation of their death. We leave these walls having seen everything we needed to. We visited the looted tomb of this dead giant. As we move deeper into the cargo hold, where the ship reveals its last secrets to my eyes, we do not look back. Silently bidding it farewell, our footsteps become barely audible, and the darkness embraces us as if returning the ship to its eternal rest. Tonight our cabin is more than just a place to sleep. Tonight we have a special evening. We've decided to finally celebrate our birthdays, which went unnoticed in the rush of preparation for these shoots.
Это менструа! Я очень слышу.
And how ironic it is that our celebration takes place here, in the bowels of an abandoned ship. We sit, laughing and relaxing. After the work we've done, we've earned this. In these walls, everything seems simpler. It feels like an echo of another, almost forgotten life. Beyond the worn-out hull, all the tension of the last few days is left behind. And now, here, there's only laughter, garlands, and conversations last until morning. Anyway, I'd like to say something beautiful. In your explorer slang. In general, more depth for you and more height for you. Guys, I'm going to hide the weed where the range is. In this confined space, we find a reflection of true peace, the kind we all may long for, and perhaps is the fleeting moments of happiness. In the silence of this sanctuary, we find something important. We realize that there are things far more valuable than fears and ambitions.
Это ульта! Я не понял, что не так.
Tomorrow we will leave here, but this moment will stay with us, always reminding us how simple it is to be alive and how much around us remains unnoticed. We live and don't even realize what's around us. How much money is invested in wars and weapons. How many lives are lost for others' ideas. How many mothers' tears have been shed in vain. Modern society is so developed today that it's almost foolish to think about the bad. Some live in a comfortable and carefree world, while others have to survive in a war zone. I want our children to never know what war is. I want a peaceful future. I want a clear sky above our heads. And seeing such things only by pursuing our passion. Because only by doing what you love can you achieve success. This is urbanX project.